last time you guys took off on... You met up with Tierman. You entered her secret base, which she inherited from her grandfather, who used to make intelligent cloth, and spoke to her, helped her out with her ship a little bit, and you were introduced to the Blushwing, a conspicuously pink airship. You eventually got yourselves on board and took off, understanding that if Dauphin was going to rejoin the group, he knew where you were going, but for the time he was gone. And Leo electing to stay behind and support Corin in his endeavors to go chase his lava worm. So that Corin, one, wasn't alone, but also because the prospect of getting exposed to new monster creatures in a hunt for a giant monster was rather high. So Leo elected to part ways with the group momentarily, and it is left with the four of you, plus Dyer and your new spunky little pink-haired ally, Tierman. And we left the night with you guys rising out of the cave on the Blushwing. You guys are in the air. And as you kind of sail away from Whipple, you see the thick smog and kind of the sickly air kind of plastered around that city. You see the sunken portion where they dug the city out from a higher cliff down to ocean level. And you even start to see what some of the people have been talking about with the mineral content. You see into the ocean, you see ripples high up through your vantage. Down below, you see what are glittering like a metallic sheen. You see ripples of copper, iron, possibly even gold, and a lot of other metals that a lot of you probably don't know what they are. But like looking at nearly like a watercolor of painting on the bottom of the seafloor, you see these different mineral density patches. And it has kind of a surreal effect as you're leaning over the edge of the ship and having the wind blow by you. And you leave a highly industrialized piece of artwork behind you. And you guys are sailing. For most of you, your first time. Oh, actually, maybe none of you. Seamus has definitely been on a ship, right?
Yeah, I would think that I would have to like go about my business. I would have had to travel from places, but I could have also done it through the like teleports too.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that you've probably booked passage at some point. Yaslin definitely has. It wasn't quite like this. More like a, in like a probably some like military skyship or something. Margot definitely. And even Dro, I think we said you came down on the airship, right?
We were,
Okay,
this
so
was...
so not for the first time for any of you.
Oh
She's
no!
out.
The airship took her away.
Yeah, so you were all back on an airship. It's been a while for all of you. That much I can say for certain. And you guys are, oh, what's up, the puppy? Hi. You're so cute. Yeah, hey, buddy. So, you guys are up above. Just kind of seeing some things fly by. What do you do?
Remind me, we need.
Oh, God.
It would be nice if we got fleece of the griffin or something.
Griffin fluff?
Griffin
You
fluff.
you need the fluff of a silk griffin.
Okay, that was it.
Sounds rather fancy.
They sleep on the clouds.
It's pink.
Margot's gonna be keeping her eyes out for silk griffins. I don't even know if she knows what they look like, but
Give me a nature check.
oh, I'm not good at that.
Fine, I never make you guys roll things that you're not good at.
I don't know. I feel like I've had to roll a lot of charisma.
I was
in
just about to
past.
say.
You're the one that wanted the character with a monster in her.
I thought it
That's
was
true.
cool. I think it is cool.
It is cool.
It's still cool. 12?
hmm
Never heard of a silk griffin. Pretty sure Pinky Girl is making stuff up. So Margot, you're just kind of staring out there.
Yeah, keep my eye out for like any kind of danger.
Sure.
Anything large approaching the ship.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Not.
That was wild.
I don't roll that well.
Your dice was clearly drunk in order to give you that good roll.
It was.
21, you keep your eyes out pretty well. There's nothing but kind of clear path ahead of you, and as predicted, you guys are basically sailing straight over the ocean. You can see the shoreline getting further and further away as the point at which Wibble is in the continent is kind of like a curve upwards, and then from what Dyer and Dro are able to direct you on, it's a near straight shot north over the ocean to kind of the landing post of Aurora's Rest. So you guys are bypassing quite a bit. And Dro's so excited to go home. Margot, since you spoke up, we'll do a little check-in. You're on a ship.
Ugh.
This is your first time on a non-military vessel.
Very pink
And-
non-military vessel.
Very pink. You probably have not been on a pink military vessel prior to this. How are you doing? Where's Margot at? And I'm going to ask the same question to everybody. It's flying in the sky, being able to like near reach out and like touch the clouds as they go by. It's an impressive environment to be in. I want to see where you're all at.
I think she's thinking a lot about what's happened and what she's learning about the broader world, because her experience really was probably just her homeland and the Empire, and even then it was like the higher brass military of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is much more of a culture shock than she expected going out into the world. And especially with her new patron, there's a lot of things about life she's questioning.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of balance and order when it doesn't seem to matter in Aeon. Power is what matters.
And there's definitely a part of you that remembers your command of the last message that you wrote in your book. Not detailing, but stating the Empire wants both the power of water and fire. And they expect you to play a part in that.
I think a part of herself, the part that's closest with the patron is thinking, why not all of them? If we can have two, why not all four?
Mm-hmm. Love that. King Submarine. Yeah. Still a little unnerving when you think of power, when you think of taking for yourself. That heartbeat feels a little stronger in its trio of pulses. Bum, bum, bum. But it's starting to become slightly normalized. Bro, you look like you have something in your mind, so we'll choose you next.
I think he's sitting out on the deck because the last time Joe was on an airship was under very bad circumstance, and he probably got on there without people actually knowing. So more of a stowaway. So he didn't get to really experience this. I think there's kind of similar to Margot. He'd only been in Aurora's Rest all his life and was pretty much forced out. So he's seen what Eon has to offer, and I think it's a sense of freedom, but there's still that slight concern that he's going back to where it all started. So he's free, but heading right back to where all the pain started. I think he's just sitting on deck and keeping a lookout, but letting his mind wander.
Probably not a good, ratio for the number of times where emotional pain and airships are concerned for Dro. It's a 2 for 2 and a bad combo.
Hey, he's got low intelligence. It's fine.
It'll be.
Seamus, you seem a little lost in thought yourself.
I'm just taking notes and, thinking about the things. Seamus is thinking about the soldiers that we lost. Nora, I would have been traveling with probably the last time I was traveling on an airship, so she'd probably be in my mind somewhat. But I'm also thinking about Dolphin and what happened to him. He seemed like a pretty decent guy, maybe a little naive, but like I felt like I could count on him in the water battle ahead because he was so water driven and like he just seemed like he seemed on board, and the fact that he's not on board now, when he seemed on board metaphorically,
quite literally, and then versus the metaphorically.
Right. But then also, Leo and Corin, and their adventure and like headed off in that direction. And I've also thought about like maybe they would run into Nora while they're out there, or like what might happen. And then I'm also thinking about Dro and how we're going to get him into the city, and also like meeting up with the Guild of Knowledge and Bruco, and just it's been a while. Probably check in on my books, kind of get a feel for how that meeting is going to go. I don't expect any gotchas or anything with him, but just it's been a while, so yeah, we'll see. And I do plan to, I'm thinking about also when I think of the Guild of Knowledge about Strider. Strider? No.
Glider.
Glider. Thank you. Sorry. Glider. And yeah, his access to knowledge, and how it was different also than the guild, but that they seemed kind of cut from the same cloth, as it were. So yeah, all those things are going on. I want to like check in with the group and just get on the same page about how we're getting Dro through the city and what the plan is there. If we're going to do a recon, send people out, or to get a feel for what his name's like in the city, or what the plan is there. But those are all the myriad of things going through Seamus's.
So Seamus is doing the worried dad thing. Just like all the details and thinking about all the children.
I think when I think of vampires, I think of calculated. Like vampires don't go out of their way to like stir up trouble and stuff, but they're just calculated. They like make slow moves because they've got a lot of time on their hands. But that's not Seamus. Seamus is much more impulsive, and like there's a side of him that like is more likely to take on things more quickly and like join a fight and things like that. But there's still always like when I think of Seamus and I approach things, there's definitely like I'm planning for long-term moves sometimes.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Seamus, where would you be on the ship? And complete transparency, I'm still designing like what the interior of the ship and like all of its functions look like and stuff, but we've got some things worked out. But if it makes sense,
Seamus would be pacing the ship. He would be like looking the ship over while he's like thinking, and like you'd probably be like kind of subconsciously thinking about the ship also, and like its construction. Who is this Tyrone? Can I trust them? What is Margot's angle and in her discussions with them? She's obviously come to an agreement, and yeah, so yeah, I would be strolling the ship, kind of just looking it over.
Give me an investigation check at disadvantage, as it's a subject matter you're not an expert at, and your mind is occupied by a lot of other things.
Oh.
Oof. Wow, that +9 though. Yeah, you are mostly like in your head thinking about all the things, but you've done your first cursory glance, and like one of the things that you do see is that, from far away and from it at a distance, like everything looks really nice and fancy with this thing. She's obviously taken a great deal of care and planning and skill to create this thing. But you definitely see parts here and there where like there's just a chunk missing. Like not from damage, just she hasn't finished that yet. And there's a few concerning pieces like that around the ship. You don't know what they mean, but you notice some definite gaps here and there. That's what you get for a natural 1 becoming a 10. Which is ridiculous. Hey, Gasly.
I think, well, everyone else seems a little broody. Yaslin's she's just vibing. She's in the air. She's always kind of probably liked being. It's a sense of like freedom almost to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's kind of at the front of the ship, just taking it all in, taking the sights in. It's more probably for her the thrill of it all. And I think she might just be kind of also checking in on her chimera, considering they've kind of had their grace period of rest, and it's always good to check in and make sure they're not getting too antsy.
Yeah, fair enough. Give me a charisma check, or save and throw.
I don't think I updated this. Oh, it's actually
Ooh,
not bad at all.
an 18. Okay, how do you kind of approach this check-in this time?
She kind of, what she really wants to do is almost open up her senses to them, to let them experience going through the air like she is.
Mm. Okay. As you kind of take a deep breath, feel the wind blowing at your hair, kind of whipping it around, tangling around your neck before it like lifts off and blows backwards for another moment, brushing against your skin and your scales. Take a breath and open your eyes back up, allowing for them to see. And you are blind in your right eye. Your left is working perfectly. And from the scene on the front of the boat, Yaslin has her near yellow cat eye on the left, and the right is replaced with a dragon like sclera and iris, much more complex in shape. Now this is a nice way to awake from a nap.
Thought you might like it.
Why do you show me this? Why does it matter what I like to you?
Well, we're in this together. You know, you chose me just as much as I chose you. And I don't think, you know, we've had a pretty bumpy relationship. But like I said before, I'd like to understand you better.
Likewise, although it pains me to admit that, it implies I do not already understand you and that I am lacking in some way in that regard. I am a dragon. Pride is in the recipe.
I know. I've definitely caught on to that. I just thought it'd be nice, you know, maybe to let you out when it's not just us fighting.
That is appreciated. I am not a full dragon, but I feel it in the blood that was passed to me. And I have ridden the skies before we met. This, you can feel it hesitate. Like it's contemplating against a layer of vulnerability that it's not used to sharing. This is what most feels like home. Here. Regardless of where on the planet we are. As long as it is in the clouds. And you kind of feel a general sense of agreement from the other three as well. It's kind of all hit you. It is the epitome of freedom to go wherever it is you want, including the sky. It's been years since we've seen this. You have our thanks.
You're welcome.
Yaslin,
Yeah.
there's something you've never asked of us. Do
There is it?
you know why we chose you?
You know, I'm not actually quite sure. But if you're willing to tell me, I'd love to know. I know I was, at the time, felt like I didn't have many options.
Well, in fact, you felt like you had none. correct?
Yeah, that's pretty correct.
Mercy and sympathy is not innately in any of our natures. So you not having options was not part of our thought process. If you had to take a guess, what would you say?
Well, my guess, my best gander would probably be my combat skills. Either that or you thought my potentially more rash behaviors were amusing.
Well, you're not wrong on either point. Those were bonuses, essentially. The main reason is twofold. One, is that you will fight like hell to protect what is yours. That has always been immediately clear. You would rather burn your body to ash and somehow reconstruct a skeleton from those flakes, just to throw one punch. Then run away.
You're not wrong.
We know.
What's the second reason?
You feel it kind of like its presence close in on you a bit. Almost as if you were staring forward and his maw was right next to your ear. You know he's not there, but that's kind of
Yeah.
positionally where he put himself. We are a mutation. An amalgam of creatures that should not exist together. Structure. Normalcy. You feel him kind of get tense a little bit as he's saying these words. Conformity. Rules. They do apply to us. We exist as a damnation cry against the natural. There is strength in breaking the mold and existing as more than one thing. I don't believe you have ever been one thing, Yaslin. So, the other reason we chose you is because you do not fit into any given mold. You can't. Your soul will not allow it. I see I've done well. Not often you are rendered speechless.
It's just, because I shouldn't be so surprised that you seem to know me so well. Seem to know all the things that sometimes I even deny myself.
That is a natural part of growing up. To recognize the variants and veils that are laid before us, purposefully, societally, by laws of nature and magic. And we must question each of them, even if it seems like a fundamental part of the universe. And you will figure out your own understanding of those veils. You will create your own formula for what you accept, reject, and add. That is the fundamentals of power of character. And you are young. And you will have plenty of time to create that formula for yourself. But I think you at least see the question. Even if you don't know the answer.
I think that's what frustrates me the most. It's not knowing the answer.
then you are where you are supposed to be. The answer doesn't change anything. The process of you forming your own answer changes everything. The answer itself, ultimately useless.
I guess you are right, though. I don't really fit the mold that my grandfather set for me, or the expectations. But I think we'll be okay.
I'm no expert in Tolani peoples beyond you. As I mentioned even before, I must admit that I am not aware of enough of you yet.
Yeah.
But I see generations that learned how to survive in a certain way. Impose that on future generations, even if it's something that they hate. I wonder if your grandfather ever felt forced into a mold that he had to accept.
Perhaps. It's just kind of hard to believe, considering he fits those shoes so well. Guess my biggest worry is not being able to live up to those expectations.
And that bothers you. Why?
Because I know it's going to have to be me.
Hmm. You feel a smile within him. When the world needs a change, it certainly doesn't need a mold that's been produced before. You may very well be right that it must be you for that reason.
I guess, though, I have time. Other things that we have to do. Everyone else seems kind of off in their own little world. I don't know what sort of things we're going to face in the coming days. But we're both going to need a level head, I think. At least a little more than usual.
Mm. You don't get a worded reply, just kind of a grunt of agreement. You blink and both your eyes have returned to you.
I think she'll stay out there for a little longer before she tries to go to find the others.
Margot, in all your lookings and just paying attention, you rolled real damn high. Near the edge of your vision, see kind of like a black speck. That's all.
Just a black speck.
Yep.
I'm going to trigger my true sight and just
Okay.
focus on it. And if it's approaching, I'm just going to keep staring at it.
Okay. It is too far away for your true sight really to reach. You don't really get any additional details. But after kind of focusing on that and tracking it, yeah, it's getting closer.
Is there anyone near me?
Well, you're just on the deck. You could find somebody pretty easily.
I don't want to take my eyes off of it though. Oh, she's just gonna start yelling. Just get your asses up here!
Oh my
Screaming.
gosh, and there goes the moment of peace.
Dro was on the deck.
Yeah, so was Yaslin!
And she's just gonna shout for you guys to come over.
He's walked over.
Yeah, she
Do,
didn't fetch us over.
do you see that?
What am I looking at? Clouds?
It's a dot. It's something moving towards us. I don't know if it's a ship. One of those griffin things.
You're asking us to look at a dot?
Are you sure
It's getting
not-
bigger!
Okay,
It's getting bigger!
Yaslin's gonna look the direction Margot is
Yep.
pointing.
So
Give me
was Dro.
perception.
Oh, yeah, Zed.
You can do
Yeah,
guidance
it's
on this too. Aw, a 20 would have been nice.
What is with you guys? I can't hide shit from y'all tonight. Oh, the snugs. All three of you latch on to what she's pointing out. Then it is indeed kind of like a speck and takes maybe about 10 minutes, but you can definitely tell that it increases in size. And sure, at about this point, you can see it's not a speck, it's 3 specks.
Oh,
I
Okay.
swear to God, if these are airship pirates,
We're about to get robbed? Is that what I'm hearing?
Why would you even
perhaps.
say such a thing?
But remember what she said. This ship can't even. Let's not shift the weight of the ship very much.
Oh, that's lovely. So, Why did we pick this ship in particular? Because of its
Oh.
meeting
Look, you guys,
safeties
and
standards.
that core that Dro gave it better stability for like weights changing.
Well, how do we prepare? Should we prepare for something?
Well, do we? I don't. It's just 3 dots.
You see as Yaslin's literally just doing this with her hand.
She's like binocular.
All right. Well, what do you think? What should we do?
Do you want to fight him?
If they're gaining on us, I don't know if we'll have a choice.
First Tierman.
In the word.
Helm.
Yeah, she's at the helm. Whatever the room is that has the helm, it's not exposed. It's like a battleship. You know, has the helm and it's got windows that look outside over the deck.
Can
I'm
we
sure there's
see her?
I'm sure there's a
from here?
word for that. Kiki, you're military. You should know this.
Army, not Navy.
Army has boats too.
They're a little different.
Yeah, they're little dinghies.
True.
Cockpit?
Cockpit apparently is that's what it's saying. It's a cockpit.
All right, cool. Didn't realize that translated out of planes, but sure. She's at the cockpit.
Can we see her?
The bridge?
The bridge.
The
I think
bridge.
that's the
There you
joke
go.
for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of our numerous internet fans are like, "It's the bridge, you idiots!"
I kept on like in my head. I was like, "What do they call it in Star Trek?" And
That's
then,
what I was trying
Yeah.
to think of too.
She's at the bridge. Yeah, so essentially you guys are kind of on the back end of the deck here, and Tierman's in the bridge over here.
Like this one?
Oh, here, just
That's not gonna work. Never mind.
Just in case, I'm gonna cast Aid on you 3, so your hit point max and current goes up by 5 for the next 8 hours.
What was that again?
You guys all get 5 current and max hit points for the next 5 hours. Aid.
yeah, so you guys are basically all back here. Oh, there she is.
Does anybody else see Dro's photo really large?
I got
Awesome.
Yaslin's really large. Really large.
I don't.
How far is the bridge?
Sometimes you
from
just
where
have to
we are?
like hover over something else.
Nothing else there. I'll refresh.
How?
You didn't want to see my face?
See Dro's beautiful face. It's huge.
Looking at
After Dro gets, or after Margot casts Aid on them, Dro's just gonna make a mad dash to the bridge to inform our captain.
Hey, welcome. Have you given yourself the tour yet? I mean, I would give you one, but then I'd have to stop
Okay, just
flying, and then we'd like have to.
hold that
What
thought.
is it?
There is 3 little dots approaching us very quickly.
I never worry about dots.
You know, helpful advice with us, I would worry about anything that seems harmless.
What did you do in a past life to win luck that makes you afraid of dots?
I'd say it's his current life, actually.
Charles turns around, Seamus there. We could talk about that later.
Alright, deal.
Just point in the direction where we saw it. Any idea?
Coming back from essentially the same direction we just came from? Yeah.
It's not good, is it?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's not really a lot of flying options that close to Wibble. I mean, there are some, but chances are it's something, somebody from Wibble that's tailing us.
Do you wanna keep going?
Nope, don't wanna.
No, now you have to.
No. Now you've got to tell us.
So those dingy airship cousins back in town, they're nasty peoples. They never really liked the idea of somebody else trying to cut in on their game.
I can understand that. You think they mean us to harm, then?
Yep. Which is why I had my base constructed under a lot of illusion barriers. Which no longer apply as we left.
Strauss just turns and looks at Marco.
I'm on the back of the ship, staring at the dots.
Let me guess, their ships have weapons.
Depends on who it is. But the answer is yes to both options.
And there's none on this ship at the present, right?
Not really.
Okay, I'll take part of that last bit.
The design of this ship was meant to be cargo for any environment. That's the whole purpose of the sail design. So we can get to places other ships can't usually go.
I like where this is headed.
And it's really good at, picking up cargo and putting it in and moving it around and that stuff. Yeah, totally.
And is there somewhere we could go now that they might not be able to follow?
She looks out over, just the ocean expanse. It's not. It can't go in the water. That part's real tricky. I have no idea, honestly, how those bastards from the Bidra do that.
Nice to know that's a thing, but not for us. So,
Not at the moment. Someday I'll figure it out, and I use the word bastard in a jealous manner.
They're getting closer, guys.
Dro hears in his head.
Every curse word under the sun just goes back at Morgo.
We could try to lose him in the clouds. Guys, I made this thing, but like, and she like reaches, she kind of like takes her hand out of the controls for a second, and like the whole ship like kind of like jerks a little bit. It's like, that's
Let's not do that.
okay. Well, I was going to show you a reference. Cool. I have a hammer at the side of my hip here. I guarantee you, I know how to make this. I know how to use this hammer better than the person who made it. The person who made it is good at making hammers. I don't want to make hammers, but I'm good at using them. I made this ship, but that does not mean I'm good at using ship.
I gotcha. Well, why don't you work on some evasive maneuvers, and the rest of us
Maybe
will
Dyer knows how.
have a conversation about what we can do here.
What I'm hearing is we could probably fly this ship just as good as you could.
Let's not try.
Likely. I'm not good.
You.
Was I not supposed to say that? No, that's probably very likely.
Does anybody else feel like they've got an affinity?
Like, really wants to try flying the ship now.
Sure, that would go great. Do it. Honestly, that might not be a bad idea. If we do get attacked, like, I'm much better suited for repairs than evasive maneuvers. Is that what you said?
Evasive maneuvers.
Yep, that one. Totally know it. And the whole ship just kind of like gently like starts going back and forth.
Dyer is more well-traveled than all of us. Perhaps he can do it.
Where is he?
Where is Dyer? Is Dyer just kind of like... Dad?
It's oddly quiet. Where is he?
Dad don't like
Too
the
quiet.
quiet.
You guys take a
Too
moment to go
quiet.
find him.
Maybe
No.
some of us keep an eye on
I'll
the
go.
incoming dots.
Dro's
I'll
making
go
sure
look for Dyer.
Yaslin doesn't go for the controls.
I mean, listen, Yaslin's between like, I want to control this ship, and also like, I would love to fight. I would love for us to get closer to this thingy so we can fight it.
Seamus, it's pretty easy to find Dyer. You find him kind of like in the upper lofts, and he's like in a hammock with his hat kind of like pulled low down, and he's just sitting there kind of like occasionally like looking out at the clouds, and, like scribbling notes. And he's just like in a hammock, kind of like swaying back and forth. It's clear that the hammock did not come with the ship. That's something he had on him. It's like patchworked.
Dyer, if you would please.
Master Black, what can I do for you?
Well, it seems that we might have some company approaching the ship here shortly. And it seems that they might be hostile to us. And it also comes to find out that there's no countermeasures on the ship. And on top of that, our captain isn't so great at being a pirate. So, we were curious and such if you might have some ideas, and would like to join us down on the bridge here, please, sir.
Okay. Closes his book, stuffs it back in his back. All right. Sure. Yeah, let's talk about what to do here. And he's gonna kind of join you guys at this point. Yeah, everybody except for Margot is down there. So nobody knows how to fly this thing besides the basics, is what I'm
I could
gathering.
probably fly it.
No.
What kind of skills do you think it takes to fly this right?
Oh, practice with flying vehicles.
I've flown before.
That's a little.
Is that you have been in a flying vehicle before, or you have piloted a flying vehicle before?
I think, like Yaslin, I personally have flown before and also have been on a flying craft.
Chairman's like, excellent. You are more than welcome to take over at any time.
You know, I have ridden on the back of a flying bird, if that counts for anything.
The only one thing I'll say to that here, Yaslin, is if you put your hands on the wheel, is it a wheel? If you put your hands in the control
wheel.
devices,
Yeah.
you might want to wash that first anyway, but if you put your hands in there, you're not going to be able to arm yourself or to fight back, as it were. So you might think about, would you rather be at the rail of the ship throwing javelins or barrels of exploding
That
stuff?
sounds really cool, you know? I kind of like that better.
Just watching Yaslin's eyes
Shit.
get bigger and bigger since Seamus talked.
Seamus's internal self is like, phew, dodge that.
How to talk Yaslin out of doing something dumb. Would you rather be fighting things at the front of the ship?
The Yaslin whisper. Nice.
So then, is it anybody else that wants to give it a go here?
Well, I suppose I can. Timid, you're not interested in continuing what you're doing? I am. Well. I'm just going to say it. I'm pretty crap at this. It's like, I'm pretty sure anybody could do a little better.
But repairs, right? You could fix the ship. You built it.
That I'm very good at. Yeah, if anybody... First of all, if anybody hurts my baby, I'm gonna f***ing kill him. And then she pauses and turns over to Yaslin. Why do I have a feeling that includes you?
I would never do such a thing intentionally.
Ugh. You see her like almost like dry heave at that statement.
Is Margot still in Dro's head by chance?
Yeah.
Is she ever not?
All you're gonna hear is we're gonna have a long talk after all this.
We have to not crash the ship first, so figure your shit out and get back out there.
I was just gonna look at the group. Yaslin doesn't drive. I don't care who else. Dro just starts walking back out towards Margot.
This
Actually,
time.
he's gonna start walking out, turn back, grab Yaslin by the arm, and bring her with him.
No, but I could just give me like 5 minutes.
Do you
want to
punch something?
I do.
Then let's go.
Okay.
Right, so you stick your hands in the what do you call this? It's the wing matrix it's fine. Here, I'll show you. And like she kind of like maneuvers her hand, like two of the wings on the right side kind of like flop down and maneuver, and the whole ship like a little too aggressively, for a demonstration, and all of you guys have to like kind of catch yourselves, like, and like basically, Dyer has to peel himself like off of a window because he was not expecting any of it. Just like, right, I assume less than what just happened. Oh yeah, of course. And then the conversation kind of fades out as the two of them like start trying to figure this out. Alright. And so everybody else goes back to the... I need to learn some ship terms, guys.
Stern.
To the stern.
Port, stern,
Bow, stern. Port,
Bow, stern.
starboard.
port, starboard. Port left or right? I don't know. Like I said, I gotta learn some ship terms. Alright, so you guys are all in the back. And everybody give me a perception check. Anybody who's out there kind of like catching eyes.
Nope. I'm distraught that I did not get to sail this ship. Yaslin
Yeah,
is
for sure.
Yaslin is like put the ship like looking back every once in a while.
Oh shit, there it is. There's our rolls.
So nice to have you back, Marco.
Just in time for combat. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Get those luck points, ready to spend.
I don't have luck points.
Your entire class is a luck point.
Yeah, that's true. Basically. I have like almost 15 chances to re-roll d20s.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay. Bow, stern, starboard, port. Okay. I will try to remember that. Oh, my seafaring skills have summoned a dog. Okay. So, Ro. At this point, they are gaining, not at a terribly fast speed with a freaking 20. You look out and you see what is essentially... Hey. That was pretty cool. It just looked like Troy like walked off into the sunset in the clouds. You see like 3 specks, and like as you see them, what you can glean is that they are mechanical in nature, and they each have wings like a beast, not like a plane. And they seem to be all like flying towards you.
Lovely.
Estimation. Give me an intelligence check if you want to try to estimate like how quickly they'll get to you.
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to.
Okay.
Hey, not bad. Somewhere in the next like 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it's going to be a while. But they are steadily gaining.
So our friends over there, one ship, from around maybe 15 to 30 minutes. And to be honest, their ship looks a lot scarier.
Hmm?
And I will mention the 3 dots. One is larger than the other 2.
Are they in a line, or is one in a little bit ahead and 2 in the back?
A little bit ahead, like a little bit of a V formation.
Okay. They look like they know what they're doing. More of a formation. I guess the local competition didn't appreciate this, and Tierman thinks that's who is now chasing us. And she had mentioned the reason that she wasn't found was because her base that was underground was under illusions. Is he just staring at Marco?
Well, that would have been good to know before we set off.
It would have.
Not know that. She never mentioned some kind of illusions protecting her. I mean,
So
she
I'm-
kind of mentioned illusions protecting her base. But I thought it was from people trying to steal the secrets, not trying to kill her.
So just if we make it out of this, right? Helpful advice.
Mhm.
It seems like you're wanting to be a businesswoman. Good idea is find out all the facts. Like, maybe do they have enemies that want to blow you out of the sky?
Do we know for sure that they'll fire at us right away?
Just looks at the ships again. Probably.
Should we let them? Should we see if they fire?
You
I mean,
want to-
Take countermeasures then if we need to, but otherwise, let them board, see what they want, see if we can come to some negotiations with them if they are willing to. But if they want to fight, then we're gonna have to give it to them.
So I'm all for conversation. The concern, these people look like they know what they're doing, and are probably armed, and they probably know we are not.
Well, we just have to make sure that they don't get to our drivers, our pilots, because they definitely, I don't know what they're doing.
Which that's good, but a pilot's not beneficial if we don't have a ship. So if they shoot our ship,
Yeah, I can't fly. I don't know about the rest of you.
no.
Perhaps we try negotiating first. I mean, maybe they will want to board us and then we can talk it out.
Or you do your little creepy mind thing.
I
Talk
have
to
to
them
be
from a
within
distance.
60 feet,
They
which
have-
is pretty close for a ship that can shoot us.
Yeah.
We should put up a white flag and let them know that we're willing to be boarded. They have something to gain. We should let them know that we intend to surrender, or at least have negotiations.
Yeah. I don't know. Surrender's a strong word.
Yaslin is vehemently opposed to this vocabulary.
Say I was going to surrender.
There's one other flag we could fly that I know of.
Someone.
A yellow flag to indicate that there's sickness on board. Maybe we can convince them that there's somebody sick here
Okay.
and they
To what
won't want to
end?
approach. Tell them that we've got somebody so sick that we've left the city by the only means that we could and intend to find help in the next place. But if they board, then they certainly could fall ill.
That would certainly dissuade them from attempting any negotiations with us and perhaps just shooting us out of the sky.
Bam.
What's the benefit of that for them, just to do it?
To
Eliminate
take
the
out competition and stop a plague, perhaps? Two birds, one stone.
Plus, they already don't like us because we're tall.
This might be a point of issue, yes. We need them to get close enough to fight anyways. I can hit pretty far, but Yazlan, I'm sorry, you're not going to be very useful if they're several hundred feet away.
I know. I should have just flown the ship if we were going to get shooted at.
What am I gonna do if they're 100 feet away? So just
Look for shadows?
do you know what I can do?
No, but I
Basically
know
what
you.
she can do, just not as hard.
Huh.
And
You have
more
some
agile.
magic to you.
But wait, what'd you say?
You have some magic to you.
Yeah, nothing that I can blind them. I can make them shut the hell up. You guys see me do it to quite a few people.
Yes.
And I can give a little bit of heals. And a few other things.
We need to draw them in regardless then.
All I'm hearing is that we're fucked.
What can we do to draw them in?
I mean, they're coming anyways. I don't know if waving any flags will stop them from firing on us if they intend to do it from a distance.
What would make you want to board a ship?
Well, why wouldn't you want to board this, people? And Tierman's there, like, right next to you guys.
What?
If there was something of value on the ship that you wanted. Here, Ben. What is it that these cousins prize? Either an item or a customer base or something that they prize, that they covet.
Monopoly. They
So
want,
do
That's
they
not
want
helping
to-
us.
they want
do
the
they want-
monopoly.
Do they could do that by either taking the ship or removing it from the sky.
That's why I was asking for something else physical that we could make present that they can see and they have to board to get.
If it's 50-50, take the ship or let it fall into the sea, then I agree, we need to give them more incentive.
Huh?
I got an idea. Is the back of the ship here, or the stern, is there like an open area where cargo would be loaded, or is that on the front of the ship, or like
Well, since we're at this portion of things, let me get something ready. Why can I not find a thing? Oh.
We could also try appealing to. I don't know if they're allies beyond their own people in the Wibble, but maybe representing some nations to try and get them to ally themselves. I don't know. Ooh, oh, that's so cool.
May I present to you the Blushwing battle map style?
Ooh.
So where's the stern?
Stern. Wait, I gotta look at that thing again. Oh. Bow on the left, stern on the back. Port south, starboard, north.
And we're
Using
watching them from
cardinal
the
directions.
stern.
Yeah.
This part here is where Leonardo would hold us up.
Oh. It's like, what are we talking about? Mhm. That's where
okay.
Yaslin was having her like arms flying moment with her dragon.
Yeah. But not like the Titanic at all.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Yep.
cast.
So
Did I? Nope, that's not the right one. Never mind. I'm not gonna cast that.
I'm gonna say the command word on my armor and switch it to the Krevan armor with the crest nice and centered, just in case. I don't know, maybe they're allied with the Empire.
okay.
Grasping at straws here, baby. Let's go. Silent image.
Yeah, I cast Silent Image, and what appears on the bow of the ship on the deck here is just treasure. It just looks like chest after chest of just gold and jewels and
Ooh,
like
okay.
more money than you would want to see fall into the ocean.
Hoping that like they'll try to board us rather than destroy us.
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. Then Tierman looks at it like, whoa. Wait, you want them to come here?
If they're coming after us anyways, yeah. We're not about to outrun them.
Well, admittedly, she's not going full speed, but I mean, this is a cargo ship, and they've got.
Why aren't we going full speed right now?
Yeah, I agree with her for once.
We're not going full speed.
No,
Why?
because it's hard on the ship, and it takes extra energy.
You know what else is hard on a ship? A hold.
Getting
Yeah,
shot
fair
at.
point. No, all it's going to do is delay the amount of time until they reach us. They're gonna reach us. Is that helpful?
If we were going at full speed, would they be able to reach us?
Eventually, yes.
Then, not full speed is just as fine, I suppose. Actually being back from full speed is perfectly helpful because we still can have some element of surprise.
How? By them like not thinking we can go faster.
If they board us and we can negotiate, then hopefully we won't have to worry about this. But if we get into a fight and the ships break away, then we might need to make some maneuvers while we battle them, and having some speed to switch it up would help. I say steady as she goes. If we can't outrun her, then we're just putting the ship through the pains for nothing.
So we just gamble and hope they don't just shoot on sight.
What else can we do?
We could start to shoot on sight, but I don't think that would help. I can cover part of the ship in darkness, but that wouldn't do us any good. I could jump off the ship, but I don't really want to swim from here.
Now, how far down is like any surface?
You guys are about 200 feet above the ocean.
Oh,
You guys
I
are
mean,
sailing fairly close down, as far as like overseas travel is concerned.
oh, so we're going overseas travel. Right?
Yeah, you guys rose up, rid through the clouds a little bit, and then kind of came down and just get more of a scenic view.
We could turn towards the land and head at full speed, trying to get as close as we can, assuming that we're not going to make it?
So,
Or steady as she goes, we bring her in, they see the treasure, we try to negotiate, or we take over their ships?
I have an idea that I really don't like.
Everything's on the table. Please put it out on the deck.
If it's any better than our options right now, please tell us. Or worse, maybe both.
The only thing that could possibly be a weapon is you see over there, and she kind of points to like several different like magical circuits that are like aligned on the sides of the ship. This is all those little dangly ribbons at the bottom of the ship. Those are not decoration.
No?
No, it's my grandfather's technology. Intelligent fabric.
Huh?
Eh,
It means you can control it. And that's why this is such a great cargo ship. It's because you don't have to wait for people to load things on and off. The ship loads itself with the ribbons.
So we bring it close in and grab people off their ship?
Maybe they're not the strongest. They're not designed to be in a fight, but they're designed to reach out and grab, and they can squeeze to a certain amount. But they can certainly trap something up. But if they get damaged, more of that silk we're going to need from the griffins.
Well, it's an option. It doesn't sound like a ship stopper, though.
Not a ship stopper, but maybe we can slow something down, or kind of deter, or grab a person. I don't know.
I mean,
and it's got a decent range. I mean, if we choose to throw something off, they can also throw a pretty good range, and these things can reach fairly far. Probably about the same distance as like a crossbow bolt.
Could it throw Yaslin at the ship?
You're.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's easy.
No.
Yeah, I'll come. Yeah, and she like goes over and like starts manipulating one of the things, and
Sure, I was just gonna walk
one of the
over and
ribbons
grab her on
from
the shoulder.
down.
Come on.
No.
One of the ribbons like comes up like a kraken tentacle, and just like comes around and like grabs Yaslin. Like, so where am I throwing her?
No,
Dro pulls his sword out.
no, come on, Dro, please. Like, I promise you.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Put her
Not yet.
down.
Do we
Oh,
want to
everyone's
recall
getting really.
Okay.
when you decided to
She-
ride the bird?
Poof.
Oh.
And she drops Yaslin.
Stupid idea.
We could throw you too, Dro.
Yeah, you could come with me.
Or I can give them another little quote-unquote helper, and he's gonna pull the bull out that he got from the college. I can let loose an elemental on their ship,
Ooh, that would be pretty.
but that's only
fun.
one ship.
That's why you throw me at the other one.
Okay, so let's walk this out. We get thrown on this ship.
Yeah.
How do we get back here?
That's
We
the
obviously
problem.
take control of the ship.
I seen how well you did driving a bird.
I did pretty well for a while until it threw me off.
Till it threw you off. That was how high
That
up?
ship can't do that.
Ship can go down with you.
How high up was that bird?
Not
Wasn't that
200
high up?
Not 200 feet it wasn't.
This was supposed to be like an ambush encounter, but you guys like perception checked the crap out of it, and so now it's just become this like tactical puzzle. You guys are about 10 minutes into that 15 to 20 minute or 15 to 30 minute range. New estimate is they're probably about another 10 minutes out.
Can we tell how far?
Let's say they're slowly gaining at about 600 feet back right now.
Here, man.
And like that, they're moving, your guys are moving forward at a slightly lower rate than what they're moving forward, so it's like that 600 slowly falling off.
Tierman, if you were, let's say, to build another one of these ships meant for combat.
She kind of like reaches up and slaps you gently.
I'll let that go. What would
So
you
will I.
estimate the range of said weapons?
You asking me if I was making a warship?
I think he's
much
asking you
range
what
would
the
I-
range of those ships is.
Bingo.
She looks back and she's like, those aren't ships.
What are they?
Well, you guys haven't really been paying attention to them in a while. Give me a new perception check.
Birds?
Oh shit!
This is a bigger problem.
This is a bigger
If
problem.
this is another rock, I will 100%.
What the fuck?
Now they're all going down. Yaslin and a little bit Dro and Margot. It's like,
He spotted them, but that was about it.
yeah. Margot, you're trying.
He's scared for Dro. What Dro has in mind for this conversation later.
Nope. As you look back, they are close enough that you can start to see some details. You see wings flapping like a bird, but you are definitely getting like, it's kind of like sunset colors right now. You're definitely getting like metallic glints coming off of it.
no.
And you can see admittedly, I just realized I forgot to actually like import the tokens here. So I'm gonna throw them in.
Is this the rock we pissed off? Coming back for us? With his
Yo,
family?
If this is a rock we pissed off, Yaslin's like, throw me! Throw me!
Mm.
Witness me.
Hey, at least there's no validation to Dro's argument later about the dangers of competition.
Yeah. So
We're
you
not
see
friends, I think.
the two smaller ones. Best glance, they seem to be some sort of like robotic-looking dragons of like a medium-sized nature. And then a larger one is this like odd amalgamation. It's got like almost like a race car head with these kind of like janky looking wings, and it even has like, it's got like front foreclaws and it has wheels on the back. And it looks kind of awkward overall. And I'm posting both of them in here.
Can we see people? And if so, how many? Estimation?
Yes, you can. On the back of the large one, with the 17 and 15, Dro, you can't quite tell how many. Yaslin, you got it. The large one, you see 3 small people on each of the smaller dragony constructs. You see 1 person apiece.
Well, we could just throw them off. I could just grab them and throw them.
I really want to put a water elemental in one of them.
There we go.
Holy shit, that's
Do
cool.
these,
my
like,
god.
Do these constructs look big enough for us to, like... Are these, like, small pupil-sized constructs? Or are these, like, normal pupil-sized constructs?
So these are... Oh, I really should have given extra space on this. I'll have to do that in mid-journey. So it's the two dragons are medium-sized constructs with a small person on them each, and then the other one is a large construct with three
Okay.
small people on them.
Holy
So
shit.
Put me on the large one, is what I mean. Put me on the large one.
Man, coach.
Put me in, coach! I'm ready!
I don't know if we want to bank on the aim of ribbons.
Well,
At this
if I
point,
miss
Dro
on
has
the
I'm
grabbed
fabulous
your
in my
arm,
ribbons,
by the way. After you keep saying throw me.
Come, Joe, come on! If at worst I'll fall into the water, and you'll just have to, pick me up or something. You guys will have to come get me.
I already mentioned that this is not a submarine, right?
I mean, can't you lower yourself down to the water and use your weird ribbon dangly thingies to pick me back up?
Yes, I can. I can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Looking at Cameron, sometimes it's okay to lie.
Who are you?
We'll talk about that later.
Did I do it?
Oh my god.
Brilliantly.
Can we just
All right.
veto the idea of throwing anybody over there? Anybody that we
You see-
value?
And you see both probably Yaslin and Tierman are a little disappointed.
Yeah, Yaslin looks very disappointed that we're trying to veto the idea of throwing things.
Uh,
It's what?
Do you say that there's only a single driver in each one?
no, you guys are about 5 minutes out at this point.
No,
Um,
this Yaslin tell the rest of the group that 'cause
Oh,
she's the only one that
well,
really
there's-
said
Oh.
it.
I was just telling them that I wanted the big one.
So, my guess is if there's a crew,
Oh, well, I mean, there's people on there.
yes, that's how they're being driven.
Yeah.
We eliminate their pilot, and then hopefully that goes into the water, not you.
What? But imagine if they landed, right? On our ship. And we threw them overboard, and then we get the dragon. I think they're dragons. I can't really tell. They kinda
Not
look
even
like
gonna
dragons.
say. Even if they're all insight, Dro is interested in that.
He's what?
Interested how she proposed that get rid of the pilot, but we keep the machine.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
come on, guys. We let them come over here. They land on our boat. We throw them off, and or rather, if we let them get close enough, can the tentacles grab them? Oh, sorry, they're not tentacles. The ribbons. Can the ribbons grab them?
We're gonna rely on cloth.
Yeah, they've got a. Mechanically, the ribbons have a range of about 60 feet from wherever you're controlling them.
So maybe the ribbons could throw the pilots off, and then we could take the dragons.
It's also just banking on if they don't just annihilate us from the sky. Without
That is
landing.
true. Do these things look like machines, right?
Yeah, these as they're getting closer and closer, you can tell that these are constructs that, quite frankly, as you're starting to get more and more detail on them, they look like constructs made from a junkyard.
I'm kind of thinking that we'll be okay if we just, yeet the pilots and take the loot.
Oh, come
As long as they're the ones being needed.
Oh, you're no fun.
Cameron,
Fine.
do you think these vehicles or whatever they're riding best shot in the dark, weapon-wise, what do you think they may have?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know. This look. Man, I don't know what those things are. It's not a ship, so I don't think it has a cannon. I'll give you that much.
Have you never seen one of these by your competition? Is this not your competition? The cousins?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But I don't. These are not the sorts of things that they put on the market for peoples to buy.
Not common people's, at least. Okay.
Oh, this looks sketchy as shit. And at this point, won't even make you guys roll for perception, but the one on the left, the one with the wheels, is the medium size, and then the two smaller ones. And on the medium size, you've got two. Like, you come up and you see two dwarves, like, just covered in like metalworking shit, and they've got like torches kind of lit up from them. One of them looks like he had part of his face burned off at one point. He's got like a long flaming chain with a like big lantern on it. The other one looks like he has a hammer that made out of like compressed and melted down chain, and they're both flying on the backs of these like dragony constructs. And then on the other side, you see three little robotically inclined gnomes. Imagine the other two of them are not so cute and friendly looking.
Margot, how far is your ability to speak into people's heads again?
60 feet.
Okay. All right. You guys have about 2 rounds worth of preparation and positioning at this point. So,
Talking or we fighting?
I think
either way, I need everybody to roll initiative.
I say we let them board us and then we throw them over.
I want to drop an elemental on them so bad.
Where's my initiative? Oh, nice. That's not bad at all.
Mine's horrible.
Oh.
Okay.
How lovely the medium size was first.
Okay. Hold on a second. It
It's
did
called a
not do.
junkyard chimera. Oh, now I totally need this.
Hey, why am I not seeing this on here? Nope. So 2 of my guys get initiative bonuses, but it didn't make them roll it, so I'm doing it a little bit manually here. Nope, and the advantage didn't help. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our break there. We'll come back and start the positioning and whatnot for whatever this encounter looks like, which I still don't know, when we come back. So I'll see you guys in 20. Okay. So, essentially you guys have 2 rounds to move around and do whatever you want before they get there. So let's go ahead and start this off with Yaslin. What you doing?
I think they're not here yet. We have 2 rounds, so it does look like they're coming from the back.
Currently,
Or I
yes.
guess that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I would like to get to over here, right? And
Okay.
I guess I'm going to. I'm not going to jump for the ship. I guess I'll hold my. I'll take a patient dodge action.
Okay. So you're just gonna hold a dodge.
Or I guess I am dodge
You're-
acting.
You're dodging.
I'm not
All right.
dodging.
Margot, you're up.
Some character development for Yaslin.
Patience and Yasmin just don't
I
go
know.
together.
Yeah.
Patience,
Mhm.
Yaslin, and it's like,
Mhm.
well, she's trying.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
So Margot, they're about 120 feet out currently.
Oh, baby, I can hit him.
Wait, sorry, that's not right. That they're 240 feet out
You can't
right now.
Son of a bitch, I can't hit him. Do you think they'll be within 150 feet in this round, or will that be next round?
At the end of the round, they'll get to the 120 feet mark.
So at some point in this round, they will be at 150 feet.
Before your next turn, yes.
I am going to hold a fireball. Because I can
Alright,
do
just-
that at 150 feet.
Just going for it, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
All right. Sounds good.
Can I don't want to use my action for this, but is there any way that I can see if they're metal, right? You would assume that metal's vulnerable to electricity, but maybe they built it so it's not vulnerable to electricity.
It's one of the possibilities that exists.
Hmm.
Gonna burn them or shock them?
Or do I think I could put acid on them too. Let me see. Let me see.
Pretty sure I said this before. Don't piss Margot off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not a lot of stuff likes acid, so I'm gonna use a one sorcery point to make it an acid ball and hold it until
Okay.
they're within 150 feet, and then I'm gonna drop an acid ball on the big guy. Trying to hit
Okay.
all 3 people
Sounds
on
good.
top of the big guy.
All right.
Do you want me to just do it now or wait till later?
Yeah. Go ahead and wait.
Okay.
Oops.
You don't like my acid fireballs?
You're away from me.
It's not that I don't like them. It's that I have ways around them. Okay, so you're holding there and you've got like a little like green acidy orb like in between your hands.
Just ready to fire off when they hit within range.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't like how he said he has ways around that.
What? Who said anything? All right. Seamus, you're up.
I had cast this treasure trove out on the deck of the ship, and I'm sticking with that plan, having not discussed anything outside of that plan to a lengthy. I mean, we talked about a lot of options, but I wasn't sure what it was. So I'm sticking with that plan. I'm going to cast Disguise Self
Okay.
on myself as well. It's not concentration, so I can do both. And I make myself look like a dwarf dude, and then I just kind of duck into the shadows of this little alcove on the ship here, just trying to stay kind of out of eyesight and just off the deck while I leave this treasure out here so enticing. It glints a little, maybe. I'll use my action to make it glint.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
I disguise self for my action. That was my action. Never mind.
All right, Drew, what you doing?
So this round, how close will they get?
So they're currently at. I'm going to move them at the end of the round. They're currently at 240. End of the round, they'll be at 120. Next round, they'll be at the bow of the ship.
Okay, that would work actually. Bonus action tattoo.
Okay, gotcha.
200 feet. Can they do shit at 200 feet? Can I just spend this round watching to see if anything, like they have, see if I can see any sort of range projectile attached to these beasts or anything?
Yeah, you can spend your turn doing a perception check. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
21. Okay. Yeah, so the two guys sitting on the dragons, these couple of funky looking dwarves, as they get closer, they reach the one with the lantern, like reaches into one of those pouches and like kind of grabs it and like kind of like looks like he's about ready to like huck it. And the other guy like reaches up into this like little fiery shoulder patch and like breaks off a chunk, and it like it's kind of like smoldering in his hand. And then you're not sure the kind of gnome with extra arms, like, I mean, you see this guy and like as he gets closer, it's like looks like he's getting ready, but you don't really know what it is. But you don't see anything that looks like a gun barrel or a crossbow or anything like that.
And remind me, the three little gnomes are on the one with the wheels in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sitting on top of this guy.
Okay. This is so dumb. But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Dyer's flying the ship. I'm going to take him out of combat. And I'm actually going to put... I'll just assume Dyer's... oh, that's pretty much perfect. Tyrman's at the bottom. Okay, Tyrman's going to use her mighty movement speed here. And she's just gonna dash over here. Okay. So as they move up, as they move up, you see the lot of them starting to spread out. The two smaller ones use some of their movement to like go and start to flank the sides of the ship. So they won't get quite as far, but they do. So they spend about half of their movement speed to go out to the sides, and I don't know how far out that puts them. 120, but the hypotenuse. Let's just say these guys are more like 140 away. And as they come up, Dro, you're like watching them pretty closely. And then you see the one sitting on the far back, this like half automated gnome. You see it smile kind of wickedly, like, and then the little faceplate goes skunk straight down. It's like beady red little eyes pop up, and you immediately see it vanish. And it pops up with kind of like as a dimension doors right next to you guys.
Did that
next to the
happen
barbarian.
before or after it moved within 150 feet? Because if it was still
This
on the
is-
thing when it hit 150 feet, I could.
Yep, this range on dimension door is 500.
Mm-hmm.
So it blinks forward very rapidly. And as it does, like, you come in and you see it, and it is blurry. And that's its action. Yep, can't do anything more than that at the moment. So then the other ones, they start to come in, and like, as that one kind of pops up and you hear it speak, and it sounds like this almost like mechanical half vocal cord. It's like, you guys really should just give it up. She never had a chance to get out of here and do the work she wanted to anyways. And then the others are going to keep flying forward, and they will reach the 120 mark, so you can let loose your spell.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's 2 fails.
2 fails and a success from one of them.
And it's 30
Yeah, that
acid
hurts.
damage, not fire.
Yep, I don't think that makes a difference.
It does if they want to try to heal.
True.
Yep, no. Yep, no vulnerability to fire or vulnerability or weakness to fire or acid, so we're all good. Okay, so those guys are out in, they are 120 feet away. All right, so back up to the top. So that would be Yaslin.
There's a little. Oh, hello.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. They're hostile. They seem pretty intent to fuck.
Ooh. Ooh. I apologize. I'm going to backtrack slightly.
Oh, he's not gonna lay next to the barbarian. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, that's not it. I'm just going
Okay.
to. I was like, where am I? I knew that I had something that I could do.
Oh, that's it. He's going over.
So as this guy
As a
popped
bonus
up,
action?
this is a bonus action. As it like pops up and makes that little quip, its chest plate opens to go. As a very hot bath of steam erupts from its chest. And y'all have to make saving throws. Okay, so you guys take a bit of damage. Margot, I need
Evasion.
evasion. This is fire damage. So Dro, you're also taking half.
Yeah.
So Dro, you take 1 point.
Okay.
No, wait. No, did you succeed? Yeah,
Yeah.
you succeeded, and you have evasion. Okay, so no, evasion gives you 0 if you succeed. Okay, so but a little bit of damage to the other ones. Margot, I need you to make a concentration check because you're holding fireball and you just got hit.
I have Wardcaster on this character. I do. Okay.
It's like, I knew that I was doing this for
I am using a sorcery point.
a reason.
That's fucking ridiculous.
A 1 and a 2, let's go.
Sorcery point. What the fuck? Okay, it's fine. It's still an 11. It's still an 11.
It's
But what
still
the
an 11. It
What
still
are you-
succeeds.
Ah!
You are still able to launch your fireball, and we get right back to where we are. So Yaslin, you've got this, funky little gnome that's like, just, even though it's got like this metal mask down over its face, you can see it smiling from the creases in its eyes.
Oh, I would like to grab this gnome thing.
You would like to what?
Grab them. I would
Grab.
like to. I'm going to bonus action raid. Grab this
Okay.
little thingy.
All right, go for it.
So would I roll on a strike?
This is it's an unarmed strike, trying to get through its AC,
So if I
and it's blurry, and you are not shifted, so it is at disadvantage.
recklessly considered like an attack action.
Yep. If it's it's just a straight up if you reckless.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Get
Oh, good God. Okay, so
Wow, okay.
you use your attack to grab it. It is grappled.
Alright, and I would like to try to throw it with because I have a multi-attack, so I'd
Yes, you
like to
do.
use my first to grab him, and then I want to just chuck him as far as I can off this deck. Like, out here.
Okay. Okay. How to do
You
this?
should be able to just pick him up, walk him over, and let go.
Yeah, I mean, I wanna, not like, I wanna toss him a little more than that. That way he doesn't try to catch
No grabbing.
grab on.
Literally picturing this, appears, shoots fire, yeet!
No, get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh my god.
Improvised attack.
Partner, are you in for you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like, does he get a save against being thrown? You can maneuver all you want with him because you're larger than him and you're stronger and you've got him grappled. Like, so you can definitely walk with him. But does he get a save from being thrown? I'm gonna say yes. So he's basically going to do a reverse. You're trying to end the grapple. He's going to try to keep hold of the grapple, so it's going to be a contested strength check.
I'll bet.
Or
Okay.
acrobatics is available too. Oh no, he'll keep with the athletics.
Alright. I have advantage because I am raging.
Yep. Yeah, and that's about the way that I thought it would go.
Get out of here! Get off
Okay.
our ship!
Okay. This dude's pretty heavy because he's like mostly made out of metal. And so you're gonna chuck him. Give me a strength check, or give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check to shot put a gnome.
I'm shot putting gnomes here. That's a 21.
21. Okay, you can toss him about 20 feet.
Awesome. He's going
All right.
20 feet that way.
Okay.
Goodbye, sir.
Just. Not okay. Yep. There's something that I wish was worded slightly differently, but it's not there, so I can't do anything about that. Okay. So he gets tossed off. Margot, your turn.
We know what's gonna happen. Not
This
waste
could have
this
been a
word.
non-violent encounter. I'm just pointing out.
Yeah,
No, it could.
could have.
They
It would have
teleported
gone
right
violent when
onto
they
the
got on
ship.
board, so at least I'm
Yeah.
throwing the fireballs off the ship.
Technically fired the first shot.
Ooh. Ooh. One success again.
Uh-huh. Alright, yep. The one in the back, the little one, is just straight up toast and crispy. She's gone, and you see her, like, get blasted, and just, like, a kind of a drippy, green, acidy corpse just falling back.
Oh, hold on. My thing just shut down. Ah! My forge just shut down 1 second.
Oh no.
Yeah, and you're
I don't know
rolling
if
well
I-
on these fireballs.
That's all I'm rolling well for.
Right?
1 and a 2 on a Constitution saving throw. It's loading. Let me open D&D Beyond to see if I have any bonus actions.
Okay. And since
Oh,
we're here, so I'm going to say that these guys are... Let me see. Okay, so these guys are right up against the bow of the ship. Because the junkyard chimera got to take its movement turn. So that's Margot's action. You throw out another fireball.
Well, yeah, I was gonna quicken spell and do that, but it says troubleshooting possible issues.
Okay,
Oh, it's coming back.
it's coming back.
Maybe. There we go. Yeah. Quicken spell. Boom. Oh, come on. Or not.
I did not play this very well. I was thinking one other thing, but I should have been thinking like, okay, these guys have 2 rounds of movement. I was kind of neutering my own characters. right, yep. And the little one that okay, the little one that got thrown off would also be in range of the fireball spell. Like because like these guys are basically right up there, you can basically position the fireball down to explode behind, and you can target all three.
Oh yeah, I absolutely would have. So that's 2 saving throws for him.
She has the mindset, I'm gonna get him, gets yeeted, and then gets acid. Oh my god.
Okay, so this is a dexterity saving throw. I'm gonna do this at disadvantage because he's flailing through the air. Okay, so I'll take 28 points off here as well.
And then the first one was 34 points.
Now that one would have.
Well, this was the
Hold
same
on.
round.
This is your action, not a held action. So yeah, you're
Action and a quicken spell, yeah.
right. Yeah. So you weren't like holding your action, which would have triggered prior. Yep. Okay. Ugh. Okay, and the other one was 34.
34. Yeah.
Sheesh. All right.
Oh, that changes my plan.
Okay. So that's Margot's go.
I'm gonna
Lucy,
back up a little, and then that's it.
Okay. Do-do-do. All right. My guy's doing something. This person is dead. Seamus, what you up to?
Well, from my little alcove here, I can see that nobody's interested in my gold yet.
I
But
got interrupted on the way there.
they did. But I can see that, yeah, things are popping off at the back of the ship there. Step out, I guess, from my little alcove, still looking like a dwarf. And I, see the big creature off the back of the ship, and I am going to distance cast my shadowy touch.
Okay.
$15?
Who you targeting?
I thought I had him targeted, but he's not. The big guy, the really big guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Armor
I got him.
class is 14. I thought it was higher than that. Okay, hits. Okay, 8 points of necrotic. Sounds good, and I don't believe this dude has any resistances to that. Nope. You're good.
That's it for Seamus. I'll move back into my hovel.
Okay, sounds good. Next up is my guy. He's doing a thing. Dro, you are up.
40 feet away. God. Back up here. I'm looking at this one. Can I see anything? Basically, I want to hold the action to cast darkness on it.
What's the range?
It's like 60 feet, so he's as soon as he gets in range.
Okay.
But I don't know what I can cast it on him.
You can you cast it on an enemy?
Point object you're holding or one that
isn't being worn or carried. That's all it says. Can't cast it on something that's being worn or carried.
Yep. So since they are in the air, I'm going to say it would not fly.
Okay. Even if
Because
I
the
cast
only objects there are either them or on their person.
even their dragon, would we count as a person?
Read the description again, please.
If you point each choice is on an object you're holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emits from the object and moves with it, completely covering.
Construct is technically still a creature type, so it's like you can't cast darkness on a person.
Okay.
You can like cast it at the ground at their feet, or like a blade of grass, or one of your objects, but you can't do it on. It doesn't sound like the spell allows you to do it on a person themselves.
Nothing.
Can you cast it on a ball bearing and yeet it?
Eat it and take the chance of it landing up there.
And hope for the best.
Just because I think it's funny. Can I do that?
Sure.
I have so many. See, I told you these ball bearings are coming in.
Uh-huh.
I got these like the second session of this campaign. I have 1,000 of them. Oh my god.
Okay. So the way that this is gonna work, though, is if you grab a ball bearing and cast darkness, you're gonna darkness yourself, Margot, and Yaslin. And so I think Margot still has probably about 10 minutes on her true sight left. So you two are fine. Yaslin will be blind. And then you hold your action. Nope, it's not going to work the way you think it is, because you have to hold your action, but darkness is an action.
That's what I was wondering.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do then. I am going to just back up to Tierman and protect her. If she goes down, we're absolutely screwed.
Okay, sounds good.
And
All right.
could I do, if any, this is so stupid, any projectile goes towards her, can I use my reaction to step in front of it? Basically a deflect missile if possible, if it goes towards her. I know that's a lot to ask.
You're basically backing up and using your dodge action, and since you're a monk, I'll allow that this time.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. My turn. So based on the way that this all went, and including the part where this guy got hit, my dude here is going to use one of his claws to reach down 20 feet and grab the other gnome that was thrown. And then is going to use his movement speed basically to manipulate the arm and throw him. And he's going to go right. And I'll do a strength check here.
That dude's just getting yeeted around the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine we're not the ones that kill him, his own teammates.
Let's see. This is not the gnomes. I'm gonna make this a dexterity check instead of a strength check, because it's the machine doing it, not the gnome itself. Okay, so he's gonna toss him 10 feet, but that's enough to like get back and cling. And that's the first portion of his multi-attack, essentially. And then the second portion, he's going to use his generate gadget ability. And he is going to quickly like grab a few things and like put them all together, and it looks like a grenade with like chattering teeth, like. And he's going to yeah. And he's going to throw that at Margot.
Oh my god.
Ooh. What did you get? That's 18? Okay, that is a success. And so you take a chunk of damage as this thing comes over and like bites you in the shoulder, and you're basically able to like spin a little bit and like tear it off before it eats your tattoo.
Margot's eyes flare a sickly, like reddish burning light like the trees. And I'm gonna hellish rebuke. Oh no, they're not. They're close,
Yeah,
right?
He did that at a distance.
Oh.
Yeah,
What's
he's got
the
a.
distance of hellish rebuke?
Okay, and he's gonna use the last of
60
his.
feet?
You could do
That's-
Hellish Rebuke within 60.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Oh, that was 30.
Not when you have a spell sniper.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and this is something new for Margot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Definitely not the lavender green magic you've seen before.
Okay, he succeeds, but like, damn. All right. All right. Yeah, the blast goes out and just hits him again. Hey. Well, they warned us about all this. A little more than we asked for. Okay. And then he's going to step off with the last portion of his movement speed, which is just about 5 feet. And he's just going to... His boots have like little claws that come out from him. And grip, and he is facing like sideways, leaning, like gripped onto the back, like this little post on the back of the ship. Next up is one of my junkyard dragons. Okay, so it's going to use its turn to move basically over here, and it's about 20 feet away at this point. And the guy up top is going to use his held action to throw one of his havoc flasks. And targeting Margot, because it's very easy to tell that she is a pain. Okay, 17.
Yeah, I used my reaction.
Yes, you did. So this guy throws that kind of like sparky chunk that he was holding, and let me see here. What's the? Oh, the dex save isn't applicable right now. So throws it out, catching you for 7 points of fire damage. Nope, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know what it had you do. So you are going to take the full 7 right off the bat, so I'll add another 4 there. And you have there's some magical flames and start licking up your body, and you are on fire. After you take, so you will take 1d6 damage at the end. At the beginning of your turn, immediately after you can try to do a save against it. but you are currently on fire.
It was worth 62 points of damage in one round.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up is my little gnome friend. And she is going to... She's about 10 feet up, so she's going to use 20 feet of her movement speed. And then the other amounts to get up here. She's going to come up and look at Yasmin. It's like, that was not very nice.
The person who blew steam in our faces?
Fair point. But I'm still gonna cut your kneecaps off.
You will do no such thing.
God, they are not bright.
And you come up and you see kind of like this blurring. I mean, their body is blurred, but also they have kind of like this shimmering light around them, which they had previously. But as the fireball hit them, there was like kind of a pop, and there's a little bit of distortion in the air. So, little one's going to come up and make 3 short sword attacks.
Bring it on!
Actually, nah. Gonna target Yaslin for something else.
Oh no. Anna! Maybe don't bring it on.
Okay. Going to cast blindness on you. Oh, boo. And she just kind of looks at you and is like, oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, maybe you need a throne second time.
Maybe. Okay, next one. Basically, it's the same thing. These guys are going to get to about 20 feet away, and my other guy is going to use his reaction to target target Margot, because Margot is, as per usual, the problem.
Throwing fireballs.
Seamus, could I now join the fight at some point?
I hit somebody.
What?
You basically always just paint yourself with a big old target.
Yeah,
But it's a shiny explosive target.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna take another 9 points, and you're on fire a second time.
Whoa, what just happened? Because I was at 30 points, and I just dropped to 12.
Yep. It hits you for 18, and the formula for that particular attack is like giving you half damage for a save, but that's not applicable. It's automatically doing the save for like undoing the 1d6 at the start of your turn.
I am in bad shape, guys.
Yeah, you are.
Margot, how is it that you're always dying?
Won't justify that with the response. She says at like 95 damage already.
Okay. Tierman's gonna go. She's gonna run over here to one of these conduits. Be like, let's see if this works. And let's see, distance would be, yeah, right. It'll work. So basically, she's going to manipulate 3 of the threads. Oh, come on. Why is this not working? And this is trying to hit the guys over here. So the first one goes out against the guy who just threw the latest grenade at Margot. And it goes out and it does grab that one. And then the second one is going to go out. And that'll grab the dragon that it's riding on. They're both grappled, cannot get any closer. And then the third one, I'm gonna try to grab. Oops, I did that before I actually rolled for it. Geez, these rolls are going very in your favor. So all three of them are grappled by these like pink ribbons that go out. I need to rework those stats. I think a +6 is a little much, but it would have hit all of them even if I dropped it a bit. Okay. Next up is my Junkyard Chimera. Finally get to do a thing with him. Okay. This guy's gonna, first of all, come and land right here. And it's going to... I'm going to roll an intelligence check to see if it does the thing. Nope. The claw guy, this guy, is going to yell out to his steed, "Bite the big one and throw her overboard!" So, this is a grapple attack. Ooh, that won't do.
I haven't shifted yet, so Lee, you do have advantage on me because I did.
Oh, yes, I do. Cool. That didn't help. So it's going to use its...
I tried to give you something.
So it's going to... It gets a triple attack, so it tries to come in and bite, then it's going for claw attack instead.
Oh,
There we go. That'll hit. Okay, so you are grappled.
Ah, shit.
And I'll give you the same benefit that this is a contested grapple check as it's going to toss you off the back of the ship.
Okay. Athletics, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no!
Hey guys. So it was really cool. This really cool thing happened to me. It was called getting thrown off the ship. Like.
Yep.
who
Okay,
would've
so you don't
thought?
you don't go very far. You just go 5 feet backwards. So you're not like super far off, but you are straight up in the air.
Oh.
And Yaslin is falling.
Okay.
All right, and now for my third one, I get to
I'm gonna use my reaction to distance cast Featherfall.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
Falling
nice.
slowly.
Okay, Yaslin is falling slowly. Okay, my Chimera is also going to use its the last of its the last one of its triple is going to go and fire breath at Margot / the ribbon that is holding his little friend.
Rude. That's not great. I'm going down, guys.
Oh, I forgot to select you.
I'm going down.
Give me
What is it, Dex save?
yeah, give me a dex save, please. DC 15.
Half damage is going to take me down, unless it's a save or suck.
Tie goes to defender. Yep, but half damage will still take you out. Margot is down.
Is there a creature within 5 feet of me?
No.
Fuck.
You explode? What?
And that same damage is going to burn that thread that was holding on to the little mechanical gnome. And it is no longer grappled. Okay, so so Margot is unconscious. Let's mark that. And then this guy's going to. That was 20 of its movement speed. It's going to go up about 20 feet in the air and fly another 20. Okay, so Yaslin, you're slow falling.
Awesome. Is there like anything I can grab onto down here?
You're 5 feet away from everything, but like so the base of the ship is like, and I'm not talking like melee 5 feet. You're like 10 feet away. You've got a 5 foot space between you and the ship. Yeah, and the ship is slowly pulling away. You're falling slowly, but it is making movement. But that will happen after Tierman's turn is when Dyer is driving. So we'll progress the ship forward at the end of the round.
Cool. Not cool. Do I see anything below me?
Lots of, you got like 200 feet before the ocean greets you.
Lots of ocean water. I'm like, great.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, don't worry, don't panic. Yaslin, you do not know how to fly. Good thing you know how to swim, but,
I will say I do. If you can think about it, and if you're clever, there is one thing in your kit that could potentially help you out here.
mean...
Right? I got to duck off you guys with this gnome. I'm so happy about that.
I'm curious. Okay. Either I think I'm gonna try it. So my tail, if I rage in tail form, which I didn't state, so I'll just re-rage for that.
Okay.
Can I try to stick it into the side of the ship?
Yeah, you can. You got to beat the ship's armor class, which is 16.
Alright, cool. I'm going to panic rage. Reckless
Okay.
attack this thing. And we'll just hope and pray. Yeah. Oh, that's damage. Okay, well, can I roll an attack? This. No, that's also still damage. Is it because I don't have anything to target? Nope, it's because... Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong thing. That was my bad.
Mm.
What is this? What is that? I'm not sure. It might be a little broken, so I'm just going to. I think it's a D20.
Yeah, it'll be a D20 plus 4. Wait, no, that doesn't make
For my
sense.
tail.
Oh no, that's damage. It's D20 plus 8.
I don't know why. I think it broke. I broke my tail somehow.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah, gotta. Oh no!
Oh.
Nope. Don't worry. Sorry. We'll
Nope.
make it.
Margot, change your fate. Oh wait.
Oh wait, yeah, I can't help.
Okay, so you try and crank, and like your tail kind of like cranks and like you just stubbed your toe, but with your tail, like against that, and you are now.
I do have.
You do have multi-attack.
So can I try one? I'm gonna try one more time.
Yes,
again.
you can.
Oh, this is real shit. Oh, come on, Yaslin. Oh.
That's what.
Okay.
Okay, it'll
go-
be a 17 plus 8. I don't know why.
Okay, roll your damage for that, because you are attacking your ship.
Sorry, I know. It's kind of funny that she also was like, "Are you going to be like damaging my ship?" And I was like, "Not intentionally."
And here we are.
And here we are. I think I can damage for it like this. Yes. Is my rage damage 3 now, or is it? It is 3.
Yep.
Oh, that was.
Okay, well that's best case scenario.
The least amount of damage done.
You punch an 8 damage hole into the ship.
Ah!
Like somebody behind a jet boat who fell off their water skis but forgot to let go of the rope. Yaslin is now like kind of like drifting behind the ship. And Yaslin, give me a. So you punch it in there and like kind of like hook onto it. Give me a strength check. Just for your tail, just to. Because, like, cool, you made it in there, and now it is a... Now you are at a space of, like, holding yourself in. Yeah, 19, that'll do it just fine.
This is stressful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Margot, go ahead and give us a death save.
Gee.
Okay. Cool. And I think we'll be ending there for today. I didn't expect this encounter to be long, but
You're so
we started off a little bit late. Thank you for the blizzard, Utah. And you guys did a lot of tactical planning. Okay. So, audience, things happened. We realized that things are happening. Margot has failed 2 death saves because she is on fire at the beginning of her turn. And also to set the scene, this junkyard chimera releases its fire breath, knocks her out, burns a portion of the ship. It is still on fire, and as it starts to trickle away, the chimera, leaving its prey for dead, leaps up and flies, heading over to Tierman and Dro. Behind it, as the flames kind of recede and a bit of smoke clears, the unconscious, very badly burned body of Margot Sfarad lays on the ground. And does what?
Her body kind of starts to convulse and twitch, and then you see black thorns and vines burst from her chest, and they're kind of like grasping and reaching within 5 feet of her. Right where her heart is.
In a maelstrom of shredding, reaching, thorny whips begin to just cyclone around Margot's body, just trying to grab anything, and her still unconscious form is like just being jerked around on the deck of the ship.
Yes. I'm glad I'm not witnessing this.
And the little mechanical gnome nearby just kind of crouches down, puts her shield arm up. Well, that is fascinating. And that is where we will end our episode for the night.
Watching Dro contemplate whether he wants to save me or not now that he sees that. It's like, let her rest.
My 15 foot of reach, does that count as me?
So to be clear, guys, it's only an enemy that would be damaged by this. So if you
None of
came
you
to
have
heal
it.
me, you
know
wouldn't be
what's an enemy
damaged.
and what isn't.
Does it know
And none of you know that. You just see like a weed whack. You see a weed whacker, and I mean that as in like her chest is bursting with weeds and they're trying to whack stuff. It's just like blending the area around her, just like gouging further like scrapes and marks into the deck. And now you all see what her first level of warlock did to her. Listen.